Alright guys, we are back into the game. Going to be watching M5 versus Navi. This is game 3 technically of the best of 5. So if Navi takes the win here, it's going to be all over. That would put them into 3 wins. Moscow 5 needs 2 to come back. And once again, my name is Purge and I'm here with Sheever.
Radiant team ban.
Indeed. Anti-mage ban out from Navi straight away.
They
don't want to play him again?
Both teams are like, alright, no more anti-mage. Just
yeah.
Truce.
They both had their fun with him.
Yeah, they both won their anti-mage games. Both teams playing very effectively so far. I don't know. I really feel like this best of 3 could go either way. I think Navi primarily won that last game because of the combo epicness between like Darkseer and Tidehunter and all those fun heroes. So I think that's the primary reason that they're going to take that they did take the win. Would it have been the same? Maybe if they didn't have as many teamfight heroes, I don't know. But that one Roshan fight was huge. It really was. The vacuum into the black hole, and that was 5 heroes dead for nothing. And when those teamfights start happening, things go downhill so fast.
Yeah, and the goal difference, I mean, there was a goal difference, but it wasn't that big that it couldn't be turned around yet by just one teamfight. It almost was even, and then another followed pretty fast after. It was just, deadly.
Yeah, it really was. But M5 showed they definitely have a lot of skill, and they outplayed Navi in the first game, which we didn't see coming at all. And they totally systematically took down Navi, taking the first win. So I'm sure that hurt their morale a little bit, but they came back with the last game and took the win. So now they're just one away from being the first place, the winners for the Kiev LAN tournament. So this is a live LAN in Kiev, Ukraine. Unfortunately, we are not able to attend. Just streaming through the powers of the internet, and still waiting on one more ban each from both teams. It's actually Navi's turn at the moment. Still Leshrac in the pool, which I know Blood Angel will play and undoubtedly just never die on if they do get. So I think a Leshrac would be pretty appropriate here. What do you think?
Well, I'm seeing heroes banned that, of course, are banned a lot, apart from the anti-mage, but that's understandable. Yeah, I'm not seeing the bans of the teamfight heroes yet. I mean, there still could be an Enigma Darkseer pickup from one of the teams. I mean, both teams can play that, have played that setup today already. And, you know, of course Leshrac is a solid pickup, but I think they're going to aim for a Darkseer Enigma lineup.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet was the best hero remaining, I think, so Navi's going to draft that hero. Probably will put Light of Heaven on that. He plays a very, very effective Nature's Prophet. M5 now getting 2 picks. Like you said, Leshrac. Do you think Tide or Windrunner? I think it's probably going to be Leshrac for sure, but...
if they're gonna go for Leshrac, I think maybe Enigma or otherwise Tide.
Oh, that's true. It could
a
be
team fight
Enigma.
hero regardless.
Yeah, they could just go double team fight, something M5 likes doing a lot. They really like high aggression Dota. Might even still grab a Night Stalker, something that has not been banned out by Navi. They apparently don't value it enough to ban it in the first round. So,
it did get shut down pretty nicely this time, even though only after the team fight started happening. Before that, he was running around getting kills.
Yeah, that's true. He did do a nice job in the early game.
Yeah.
Definitely, I was a little worried about that. Yeah, definitely. I remember making that comment. I was like, oh, well, Night Stalker is still rocking the game, you know? They were like diving towers and super high aggression. They go for Darkseer Leshrac, and Navi actually is totally ready to do a Night Stalker Tidehunter. And currently, Navi's lineup looks excellent. They have lots of pushing from Nature's Prophet, lots of ganking in the early game if he solos, and obviously Night Stalker and Tidehunter provide some great ganking in teamfight as well.
Yeah, they didn't need to think about that at all. I mean, they just picked those straight off. They knew what they were going to go for. I mean, still, the Enigma is still open for picks on M5. Not sure how effective that's going to be with the Tidehunter, because you really need those BKBs up then in order to not get stunned and are able, and still be able to pull off your combination. But they could still go for it if they wanted to. Windrunner still up for picks also, of course.
Yeah, we could see a Windrunner from M5, but I think that would give them a little bit too weak of an early game. Windrunner is a strong solo laner, but you don't really see a whole lot of TP support in the early game. And shackle shots are obviously difficult to land, so it would kind of put M5 with 3 heroes that have strengths, but have a little bit of consistency problems. You know, Darkseer can't do that much early. Windrunner has some trouble early as well. And Leshrac, obviously, if you have another stun to start it off, he's great, but before that, it becomes he's a little too squishy, I feel like. So, and especially... something to point out, Navi picks so fast, it puts a lot of confidence in their play. Maybe it makes M5 a little worried.
And well, definitely makes them worried. They're taking their time for the last pick. And taking it to the bonus time. Only 30 seconds left.
Yeah, they still need one more pick here. Like we said, There's a couple good picks left, but not a whole lot that synergize, and they're going for Enigma. I think this is a smart pick. Gives them a little bit of team fight back. They're going to have Enigma plus the Darkseer vacuum possibilities. That'll be very effective if they can get them off. We saw Navi use it very effectively last game. And PGG or M5 definitely love playing Enigma a lot. So
Yeah, they just have to watch out for the Tidehunter and be able to catch him in the black hole, because otherwise his Ravage will definitely interrupt Enigma in his black hole. If he doesn't have BKB yet, which he won't have early game, because I'm expecting him to go for a mech or something, because it doesn't look like they still have a place for a hardcore support in their lineup, which means Enigma will go for the mech and Darkseer will go for the pipe. And they'll split the warding a little bit.
I wonder which way they'll go. Probably pipe Darkseer, mech Enigma, pretty much for sure. That's always like the go-to way to do it. I think it's a smart play, especially because Darkseer is so much more mobile. It's easier for him to position in the middle of the team fight to pop the mech or the pipe. Enigma is more worried about his positioning in reference to black hole potentials and not being too far forward, which is a little bit more mech oriented, I think. So I think that would be better. Second round bans though, I just now noticed the Broodmother ban, which I did not see before. Interesting. But second round bans, expecting to see a Windrunner in here. Navi's actually taken a lot of time now, really valuing their last two bans, preventing M5 from getting the heroes that they need to really pull their strengths together. What do you think what we're going to see for bans?
I'm expecting some carry. I mean, M5 is still missing some right-click damage, maybe even a Shadow Shaman ban, just to make sure that there's no solid mid-game hero or mid-lane hero for M5. But yeah, Windrunner would still be a great option too. But I think since Navi has the first pick, they might get the Windrunner themselves. It would still fit in great with their lineup, having a solo lane and maybe having Fury in jungle a little bit.
I really like the Death Prophet ban though. That's a hero that at the moment they don't have a lot of heroes to deal with. Anti-Mage was obviously proved to be a very effective hero against that. But currently, just with the Tide, Night Stalker, Nature's Prophet, we're talking about mediocre damage sources in terms of a single target, at least in the mid to late game. So I think Death Prophet definitely would have caused them a lot of trouble.
Definitely. We see the Vengeful Spirit ban on M5. No support yet for Navi. They could still pick up the Crystal Maiden if it doesn't get banned out by M5. Or, of course, the Venomancer. That would actually fit in great with their lineup. Venomancer. They don't really have a solid stun apart from Tidehunter though, so maybe the Vengeful Spirit would have been more valuable. Here we have a Riki ban from Navi.
Yeah, M5 does play Riki semi-often, not quite as much as maybe DTS I'm thinking, but it is a semi-popular carry, and they don't want to have to deal with Cloud, for good reason. Especially if Night Stalker is being aggressive. If you put a Cloud on top of him, it really makes things a lot more dicey, throws up a lot of... it makes positioning even more important than it probably should be. And they are going to go for Venomancer, so you called that one. Shadow Demon was the last ban for M5. Once again, they just simply do not like playing against Shadow Demon. They just ban him every single time second round.
Yeah, I think he would have fit in good with Navi's lineup also, having that disruption to just be able to get everybody in place for maybe a team fight or just at least a gank for Fury into TP and for a gank, for example. But yeah, Venomancer's solid lineup too. Ooh, a Dazzle.
Wow. So
yeah.
Wow, that's very surprising. Going to see a Dazzle, probably support coming from M5. It might be a solo mid or a solo lane. It's pretty effective to go for that build. Morphling is the last pickup for Navi. And so they're going for the hard carry. Who's going to play the Morphling most likely? Who's Dendi going to play is the question. Huskar, are you kidding me? They're doing a Dazzle Huskar dual lane. They're doing it. Pulling out the strat, man.
Oh yeah. I have to say I've never seen that played competitively, ever.
I haven't either, but here it is. This is going to be it.
Indeed. Oh, I'm really curious to see how that's going to work out, because Navi's lineup looks like a bit of a schoolbook lineup. I mean, you know, you have your team fight, you have your ganking, you have your support, etc. But M5 is just totally mixing it up.
We'll see how this turns out. Alright, I'm going to go over Navi's lineup. We have Arzart playing the Venomancer, Dendi is playing Night Stalker, Puppy on the Tidehunter, Havos playing Morphling, and Light of Heaven on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, for M5 we have PGG playing Enigma, surprise. We have Vegas on Leshrac, Blood Angel on the Darkseer, Huskar being played by SS, and Dazzle being played by Inmate.
Alright, so Inmate going for Observer Wards. Darkseer on the bot lane, probably going to solo that up. And where are we going to see the Huskar is the question. Are we going to see a double mid? Maybe a Huskar Dazzle mid or something? He has a lot of stats at the moment. +6 to strength, +3 to the others, and a little bit of regen. But The reason, if you guys don't understand why this combo is so strong, it's because Dazzle has an ability that prevents Huskar or any other hero from dying from 5 seconds from physical damage or magic nukes or anything. Any kind of damage will not kill you. And when Huskar is very low HP, he does tons of damage because of Berserker's blood. So basically what we'll see is we'll see Huskar, once he hits 6, dive in, kill somebody most likely, unless they can blink away or waveform or something. And then he'll be graved and make sure that he doesn't die. It's a very interesting combo, definitely more of a pub strat, but apparently M5 is ready to pull it out here in the last game. I mean, their tournament end is on the line right here. If they lose this game, it's over. So, is this the right choice? We'll see.
It's not over that. I mean, if they win it, there's still going to be a next game, isn't there?
If Navi wins it, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, okay, but if M5 wins it, there's still going to be a next game.
Yes, that's correct.
The battle begins.
Just clearing that up. Okay.
Alright, looks like Rune's going to be top, and Mate's going to pick that one up. It is going to be Huskar, Dazzle, mid, I think, jungling Enigma, and top lane will be a Leshrac. So the downside for Moscow 5's draft here is that Dazzle is a terrible roamer. He can't roam effectively until he maxes out Poison Touch, or it gets Poison Touch to 2 or 3. So I expect to see possibly a lot of roaming from Navi. If their roaming is effective, we're probably going to see them taking advantage. Otherwise, it's going to come down to how much damage Huskar can do in the early game.
Yeah, we're gonna see indeed 2 dual mids with Venomancer there to help out her force. Dandy is actually playing the Night Stalker on the bottom lane.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Not very typical for Dendy actually to play Night Stalker. I don't think I've seen him play Night Stalker ever. So we'll see how this goes. I love the Morphling Veno dual lane though. This is going to be really effective. First of all, they have poison damage, which is going to be great against Shallow Grave. So even if somebody can't die for 5 seconds, as soon as the Shallow Grave ends, the poison usually ticks you over. So I think at the very least they'll have that advantage over them. But they are trading ranged hits on Huskar. So luckily they don't have like a melee hard carry. Otherwise it would be severely screwed against this dual lane.
Yep. But as soon as Huskar is packing his Berserker's Blood, the harassment on that's gonna be done on him, it's going to be a lot less effective because the harassment that Arslan is going to do on him will actually increase his attack power, make him more threatening for harassment back. So I'm not sure if he's doing the right thing trying to harass SS there. But for now he's not spected yet, so he's safe.
Now, Light of Heaven is on the top lane, soloing against the Leshrac, which is a pretty good lane for Leshrac. He's actually very low on mana already. Apparently been doing a couple of Treant tricks. Has he been blocking spawns or something? He's got Treants over here. I'm not really sure what he's using these for, but there's the gold graph so far, or the EXP, or last hits, whatever. Looks like a slight advantage to the Dire team. Can't actually check, surprisingly.
Yeah, but it's gonna be below 100. The difference, so that's not really all that worth mentioning. I'm quite surprised that Nature's Prophet actually went for Nature's Call rather than his teleport. It means he's not going to be able to gank that early. He actually placed his trios there probably to stop someone from trying to double stack.
Or
not
pull.
that it's going to happen, but yeah.
I think, well, I mean, his mana will get up, but the fact that he's already casted this ability twice, despite being in a lane against a Leshrac, seems weird. I'm not really sure what he used them for. Probably was hoping to stack things or prevent stacks, like you said, or even pull the creep wave past him, but hasn't worked out quite yet. Maybe even scout, who knows? But he's in a pretty offensive position at the moment, and I think at this point he realizes that there's no one else on the map that can end up roaming and ganking him, other than maybe Enigma, but Enigma's only level 1, so.
Yeah, and where's he going, Enigma? Where's PGG going?
I guess he's gonna come around from behind, but I don't
He doesn't have a Malefice.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would be really surprised if he did that, but it's possible. If we see a stun from Leshrac, he could die with Edict, maybe. He's coming all the way around, actually. He's going to swing around from the back, and Leshrac is going aggressive. There's the Edict being used, so Light Heaven is taking some damage. We'll see a little bit of attacking from PGG, but he doesn't yet realize Enigma doesn't have it, and Huskar is going to die first blood in the mid lane. That is so important. Jumping in on Inmate as well, doing the minus damage, and Light of Heaven will sacrifice to the tower. Leshrac gets the last hit here, and immediately Huskar TPing to the top lane, apparently giving up on his lane.
Yep, it looks like Leshrac's gonna get himself a TP screw and gonna go towards the middle lane, where Morphling just killed off the Dazzle. That dual lane really didn't work out.
Yeah, not looking good at all. That was a huge mistake by Inmate. He got Galed, and then he was just completely dead. He's only level 1. He got a level 1 Poison Touch, which in my opinion is the worst possible skill you can grab on Dazzle. It does literally like 64 physical damage, and it barely slows somebody. It's probably the worst skill you can grab. Seriously, Shallow Grave, Shadow Wave. I bet you a Grave could have maybe saved Huskar mid.
Shallow Grave probably would have, even though there is already a poison sting up on the Venomancer, so it might not have done the trick. But yeah, level 1 poison touch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very good. He's going to find Havos on the mid lane, though. And he's just going to swing back. He does have an illusion rune up, but they did shift lanes, so this puts Huskar on the top lane up against Light of Heaven. I like this lane adjustment. It's going to give Huskar a nice advantage here. He is going to be strong against Light of Heaven, especially when he hits 6. He can just solo kill Nature's Prophet over and over again, unless he gets a perfect sprout off. But a little bit of aggression. Dendy is going to trap in Blood Angel with Puppey as well. There's the Gush finally coming through, doing the hits. But the Iron Shell not going to score a kill. They might continue their pressure. Light of Heaven almost TPing, but canceling it. So I think that's for good reason. I don't think they would have been able to get that kill.
I don't think so too. Sturt is already off cooldown again. They might try again though.
Oh yeah.
At least Puppey trying to get some harassment in.
Yeah, they are trading on Blood Angel. And if I was going to back up, still, I don't know what they're happy about. Salve gets popped on Tidehunter, he's going to heal back up to full. But Dendy is up to level 4 now, so pretty much getting free farm, I'm sure. He's up to 1200 gold. Very, very high amount for 3 minutes in.
Yeah, he's the most farmed hero on the map right now. Gush going off on the Dark Seas, just being able to surge away. Yeah, Dendy having 21 last hits, that's almost double as the second highest, which is the Huskar at 14. Almost double. It's not quite, but, you know, almost.
It's going to make his early game so strong. He's going to cast an Iron Shell. Might go aggressive here. Puppey is going to have a Gush at least. And a couple more hits. There's the Gush finally landing down. Nature's Prophet TP's in. Looks for the Sprouts. There's the Sprout on Blood Angel. Eats a Tango immediately and ends up surviving. That was his last Tango there. That was really close. If he didn't have that Tango, we may have seen his death with another Void from Nightstalker.
Yeah, we see Vegas taking a regeneration rune over Arst Art. That's what the exclamation mark is for. So that under his nose.
Huh. Venomancer's
Even
still
though he didn't
mid
really
though.
need it.
And they're going to go for the small camp. I love this right here. Havos is going to grab a Tango. He's just going to right-click down the small camp, so something they can do in the meantime. He couldn't stand here and grab last hits on this creep wave, so he might as well come back and farm this small camp in the meantime. So it's going to give them a little bit of EXP. They're also going to combo this up nicely and both help out each other, so nice little plan there. And looks like Poison got the last hit. And more gank spot on Blood Angel, taking a bunch of nukes. There's the Gush as well. The last hit does come through. So Nightstalker grabs the last hit. Phase Boots picked up, actually. But a cool item adjustment. Really, really fast Phase Boots. Doesn't get the urn. Grabs Phase that helps you burn through that Stout Shield a lot better.
Yeah, and it will make him a lot more aggressive if he starts chasing. He'll be so fast at nighttime. Top tower being pushed out by M5 in the meantime. Already, well, with the Shrek there, with the Edict at level 2. That's a quite heavy push and no real defense coming in. Only Light of Heaven still being there, trying to get a little bit of XP. This is not going to be able to get any last hits.
Yeah, they have to be really careful with the Huskar as well. He's pretty much got a double damage, and he's got about 80% attack speed as well. Plus the Edict, they can take towers so quickly using this here, something that's generally a little bit unprepared. SS actually takes a ton of tower damage, down to 80 HP. And pops his heal up, so he's going to regen a decent amount. But they do take the second tower. So 2 towers are now up. So there's a 2-tower advantage going on for Moscow 5. It's going to put the gold advantage back in their favor, but as soon as it hits nighttime here, which is very soon for Dendy, there's the Sage's Mask. He doesn't have a bottle or an urn, but the ganking is about to begin.
Yep, there's the nighttime. There's the ultimate use. Extended nighttime. And he's looking for a kill. We'll probably be able to find it in the form of a Dazzle if he starts chasing that.
Level 1 Poison Touch once again showing how useless it is, and here comes the Void. It does get the last hit, so preventing him from TPing out. No chance of him surviving that one. Great gank. Dendy showing up just in time. Phase Boots, I'm sure, helping that out. Boosting up his movement speed a little bit. And there's the urn as well, so now he's absolutely totally ready to gank. He might spend a little bit of time in lane, but he's going to continue the ganking and possibly be very successful. Leshrac actually with an invis, so but they're not going to find him.
They did spot him out, though. They have invisibility wards.
Oh, they did.
There. But they know he's invisible, they just don't know where. There goes the sentry ward down. Now they'll be able to see him.
See if they initiate. Huskar does have power treads up. He's got an ultimate himself, so he could definitely jump on a lot of these heroes and get the easy kill. In the meantime, Light Heaven's still playing it very safe down here. He knows that if Huskar ults him, he's dead. Guaranteed. Just about. I mean, there's chances he could survive. But, oh, there's the ulti coming in. There's the right click. He's going to have to sprout. He's actually going to try to TP himself out, and nice play from Light of Heaven. He ends up surviving.
Still TPing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the only chance he had. He couldn't run, but he had TP, so very nice for him.
Yeah, great play there. Ah, gonna see another pause. Enigma pausing enough this time. Ugh. It's rough.
Yeah. Yeah. After the towers going down on the top lane, there's an advantage for M5 having a 1,500 gold advantage. It has been quite even since then, though. And I feel like they really should need to get some kills, preferably on a Night Stalker, preferably on Dandy, who's been farming very nice so far.
Wow, 33 last hits, and he has 2 kills. Even Morphling is up to 29 last hits. Like, the farm levels on all of the Radiant team, well, I guess, alright, Light of Heaven's doing okay, Venomancer's doing okay, and Tide does virtually nothing. So it's semi-equal here. Huskar has respectable last hits despite dying once. He almost killed Light of Heaven top, but didn't.
That doesn't really count, though.
Yeah.
Almost killing
did some
someone,
damage.
but yeah. Indeed. His gold per minute is almost as high as Night Stalker. It only differs like 4 or 5 gold, so he's been farming at the same speed as Dandy is, even though he doesn't have a kill.
And the dive comes bot on Blood Angel. He has not been feared quite yet, saving the fear it looks like. And they're actually just not gonna... Huskar's gonna hop in, putting some damage on Dendy, pops his wand, gonna change targets, puts the Void down, and ends up getting picked off. Great TP support from the Huskar, really showing that he's a strong counter to Night Stalker, at least in the early game when he isn't fast enough. Yeah, he's only got 1 level Hunter in the night, so he got ultied on, he just wasn't fast enough. The damage from Huskar was too much. And now going on Tidehunter as well. Tidehunter, there's the Edict coming from Vegas. He's got 2 of each skills, and you can just literally walk him down here. Puppy trying to get the gank off, but... or the juke that is, with the Malefice. Scores the kill, and now looks like M5 is very likely to take the bot tower.
Yeah, the Void that Dandy did on SS basically boosted the damage from Huskar so much more so that he could easily kill off Dandy there. Look at his attack speed and damage, it's just insane.
He almost died to the Nature's Prophet ulti, so that was pretty scary for him.
Yeah, but got him extra damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's the balance that he has to live on.
And Dazzle is level 4 now, 2 poison touch, 2 heals. Dendy is going to spot out these heroes. He might jump on the Huskar, we'll see. All he has to do is cast Void, and he's going to hit him once. Easy kill there for Dendy. Did not want to get ulti though, but chasing after Blood Angel now, might continue the kills. He does have an earn charge up now. But I don't think he's going to dive this. He's thinking about it, but it's so scary. He's going to get Malefice. Yeah, he's going to get 1 Malefice. Baits out the Malefice. Might jump in now. Now's the time to go aggressive. There's a nuke. There's the Urn. He wants to jump in. Did not want to be stunned under the tower range. And then their waveform comes in by a boast. Also going to silence on Blood Angel, but his mana pool is a little bit too low now, and he's going to back out. Does have 2 Urn charges, so he will heal up from this one.
Yeah, good job from Forster for coming in there. I'm quite surprised that Dazzle didn't spec 1 skill in Shallow Grave. I mean, that's got to be a miss.
Well, I mean, I would also argue that 1 level of Poison Touch is a waste, so you almost have to get a second to make this skill do something.
True.
So, but grabbing a second Shadow Wave is probably not worth it. Decrease cooldown, it gets a little bit more damage and heal, but it doesn't increase the targets to level 3, so I think 1 early Grave probably would have helped. We're going to see Light of Heaven get picked off top, though, so it looks like that was a Huskar dive. Yeah, he did use his ulti. He is going for a Helm of the Dominator. But with Enigma up here with the Malefice, it puts Light of Heaven in a bad spot. How many times has he died now? Is that the first time? That's actually the second time. He's died twice. Only 29 last hits for him as well.
Yeah, quite painful. We haven't seen... well, he only TP'd in once for a kill, but didn't get the assist on it, though. As Darkseer got away that time. That's actually the only time he's TP'd out of his lane to try and do something.
Night Stalker way behind enemy lines here. I love his pathing here. Waiting for the TP, sprints as far away as possible. That was a great play. Might actually jump back in. He does have vision of the Dazzle as well as the Leshrac. I don't know if they can actually see him, though. They do have vision. Nope, other way around. There we go. There, they just realized here's the initiation. Jumping on inmate does drop the fear. Actually taking a ton of damage from Edict. Does dodge the stun. And ours Art missing his Gale does a little bit more to inmate once again. And they're going to take mid tower. Mid tower is actually gone here. Great aggression coming out of Navi so far. Playing a hero that they almost never draft. And especially now with Dendy playing him.
No, really successful so far, though. Getting good farm.
Ooh, Nature's Prophet does destroy a tower with his Treants. They could have denied that one totally. Waiting for Huskar to ulti, but his HP is so low that if he did go in, he could definitely get picked off. Still no Shallow Grave on Dazzle. There's Eidolon's being spawned again. Havosis being really aggressive. Doesn't even have an ulti up. He's just waiting for the bait. He's baiting it. Now, if you guys are wondering how Huskar's Burning Spears don't work, Basically, if you auto-cast the Burning Spear and auto-attack somebody, it does do Fire Spears. If you turn off the auto-cast, do Lifesteal instead. But you have to auto-cast, so you have to auto-cast to use Burning Spears, I believe. Or you can right-click them and left-click every time, but those are your only ways to do it.
Yep. Seems like they're gonna go for Roshan.
Well, actually, he used his ulti on Roshan, surprisingly. Kind of unusual. He might get chain bashed here. He's going to pop his Helm of the Dominator up. We'll see. It all comes down to how many bashes he gets. Might see heal as well if he gets very low, but his damage output, I'm sure, is very good. This is one nice little bonus of Huskar, but Venomancer's going to scout this out. Hovos is coming in, thinking about it at least. Pops the illusion. That's going to give him some nice extra damage output. AA is going to drop a Gale on a single hero, and Dazzle drops immediately. Here comes Huskar trying to escape. A couple more slows. He's going to try to trade. Arzard runs back, is going to back up just in time, and they barely get Huskar before he goes down. You have to be so careful with early game Huskars, and Arzard was totally ready for that. As soon as he took a couple hits, he backed off.
Yeah, there was a Ravage also from Poppy. I don't think it hit anybody though.
Really?
It's kind of weird Ravage.
Oh, this is spawn on Vigas. He might have to stun. Does do the vacuum. Great vacuum from Blood Angel. Both of them just covering that target. He's waiting for the Sprout. Vacuum kills tree, so counteracted that immediately off the bat. Both teams playing very excellently. 9-4 currently. And Arzart with the Arcane Boots up, providing some nice mana. And surprisingly, Navi's being super aggressive despite having the harder carry.
Yeah, with the Night Stalker they kind of have to though. And since Huskar is, like you said, early game, you really gotta watch out for him not to turn into a suicide hero. They really need to be that aggressive to shut down the Huskar.
And we finally have Grave. So what you were pointing out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Grave high five.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna have that. Does find Arzart in the jungle. Easy kill on him. Nice Observer Ward for the Dire Ward there. Gave vision of the high ground. And once the Malphus came, it's all over. So Hedra's picked up an Enigma. He's got power treads as well. And it looks like they want to finish the Roshan right now. See if Huskar ultis from the low ground. Disables the Lincolns, which actually saves them some HP, but a little bit of Burning Spears to start off the damage. In the meantime, Navi has taken the top tower. I think they could actually maybe let the Aegis go. It's hard to say. If Huskar ends up respawning and gets another second wind kind of thing, it could be really dangerous, but at the same time, if Navi can take 2 towers right now, it's totally going to be worth it. Here comes the TP supports, though. That's going to be Huskar. He does have the Aegis. Helm of the Dominator is up, so he will have lifesteal, of course.
Looks like Navi wants to back off, doesn't want to go for a team fight. Or at least for a one-on-one, because it's only Huskar there so far.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to go in, unless he's getting backed up.
Yeah.
Light of Heaven still in the jungle. Hovos doing the same, 2400 on him. We'll see if he picks up Manta or Lincolns. I think Manta might be the best way to go against a Huskar. Lincolns would actually stop his ulti, I suppose, and some of the other abilities on the Dire team. I'm not really sure what the best build would be. Manta or Lincolns first, what do you think?
I would go, with this lineup, I would go for Manta. Manta, definitely.
He already has a bottle anyway, so I guess in a way he doesn't really need the Lincolns too terribly. Not going to see any runes on the map in the meantime. And Vigos actually being very aggressive on the bottle and going straight. I think this is going to be point booster into Black King Bar, I think. I don't think it's going to be an Aghanim Scepter first. But who knows? Could be.
No, I'm expecting a Black King Bar also. It's going to be useful for, actually for the Ravage only. Might still be a point booster, but I doubt it.
We'll see. 3 levels of Poison Touch are up in the meantime. Still 2 levels of Shadow Wave. He doesn't have Weave quite yet, but he's only level 6, so definitely a little behind in levels. And looking for the dive. Puppy's going to back off as well. Treants are going to spot out. There's the Surge looking for the Vacuum. Nothing quite yet, though. They're just waiting to jump on somebody here. All of M5 is in the mid lane. We'll see if Navi can profit anything from this in the meantime. It is going to be Yasha pick up on Morphling, so good attack and movement speed. And the mid tower takes the damage, so going to put M5 into a little bit more of a gold advantage. They're actually sitting on Navi in the advantage in the meantime. There's a Surge up on Enigma. We'll see if they go for the Courier. Courier bringing... Oh, it's going to get sent back. Nice play by Puppy. Got to micro that thing. Getting vision on the Enigma, and there's the items being transferred. So it's going to be a headdress. It looks like Courier's getting low. Huskar is going to lead it off. We'll see if they pay attention if they do. And in the meantime, Puppy running the complete opposite direction of the entire team. He's going to have to buy a TP scroll. I think PGG might be able to get the stun off. We'll see. He's gonna juke it. Nice juke by Puppy. Oh, it's gonna run back into it though. Here comes the Malefice. His allies are there, despite this being their side of the map. And the Nature's Prophet ulti comes through, does some damage. This is on PGG. Nature's Prophet TP in as well. Nice Ravage, catching 3 heroes. Inmate, very, very low HP. Looking for the Grave. The Black Hole's gonna catch not a single person. Grave on PGG now, but their Urn is up on him, doing some offensive damage. Dazzle drops down. Dendy is still alive, and Puppy likely to fall in a second here. And there we go. Iron Shell does get the kill. Dendy taking some damage from Huskar. He's gonna be running away. The Lightning picks off Night Stalker's mega kill streak, and Leshrac gets a double there.
Yeah, nice going for Leshrac. I'm thinking about the first game where Leshrac was 10-0, I think, at some point. At this point, he is 3-0, so he's on the right path to repeat that once again.
Yeah, it is Vigos this time instead of
also.
Blood Angel, but both of them are very, very
True.
capable players, and interesting skill build as well. Same stuff though. Low amounts of stun, a little bit of Edict for pushing, and Lightning Storm providing a little bit more damage in the early team fights. I really like that skill build. And Nature's Prophet actually goes for a Hand of Midas and a Mechanism, so by grabbing the Hand of Midas, this will accelerate his EXP, despite having kind of an early rough game, so he'll probably get to Sheepstick relatively fast.
Yeah, I like that he's the one that has the Mechanism also. I mean, that means that well, he has the farm for it, and nobody else really on his team is able to take it. I mean, Venomancer's not going to be able to have the farm, and the pipe's probably going to be built up on Tidehunter, and there's no other candidate to kind of build up the mech, so it's nice for him to have it.
Oh, they're going to find a Vos though. Well, I do hear a ulti. That was actually Huskar ulting a creep trying to get closer to the wave. I think that's what just happened, because he definitely just uses ulti.
Yeah,
I'm a little confused, but... Now, the nastiest thing about Huskar is when he uses his ulti, it puts him in such a low HP range. He's going for an armlet, which will give him some nice damage output, but every time he uses his ulti, he goes down to about 700 HP, and that makes it so easy to nuke him down. Arzart's on the high ground. Might get scouted out. We'll see. M5 going to be looking for the opportunity. He's going to Iron Shell himself. Arzart's still up there. His cooldown on his ulti is 20 seconds, so I don't really see an advantage to him being up here, but... Dendy coming from the top lane, picks up a broadsword. I think he's going to go for a really fast chainmail here. There's one nuke on Huskar. He still has Aegis up, so he definitely can die multiple times.
Tower's gonna go down very fast. Seems like they want to still continue going. They don't have a black hole to use. 70 seconds still on that. They're not really challenged either.
It's also daytime, so Dendy is not going to have nearly as much out of his slows and fears. Looking for the Sprout? No, not going to cast it. They're not ready to go in. I guess no. Dendy's going to run forward. There's the initiation. Looking for a Sprout, perhaps. Tide Ravage catching 4 heroes. Morphling from the backside. Looking for PGG. The waveform only catches one. Venom ulti on a lot of heroes here. And Hobo's trying to be as careful as possible. There's the great Wall of Replica, but Navi is going to back up from this one, I think. They weren't able to get killed. The Venom ulti is going to put them into low HP ranges, but they may be forced to retreat. We'll see.
Yeah, the pipe was there too to soak a little bit of the Venomancer ulti up, but they really have to back off because it still does too much damage for them to continue going, especially without a black hole.
And I don't think they lost anyone in that team fight, did they?
Nope.
They didn't lose a single. So they forced M5 back, forced him into a team fight, and they're allowed to turtle even farther, which is very important. It's almost nighttime as well, so Night Stalker is about to get more advantage again. Once again, he is going for a Blade Mail, which means that he's going to be able to turn that off as Huskar initiates on him and reflect a lot of the damage. I think the initial ulti damage does not count. I think that's HP removal or something like that. So it doesn't end up getting Blade Mail reflected, but every attack after that point will.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that will be very painful.
So in the meantime, I'm going to see invisibility picked up by Arzart. PGG comes in, trying to scout him out, but he is invisible, of course. No dust sentries, stuff like that. Courier's going to bring him something, and it is going to be an Ogre Club, so he's tanking up, going for that BKB. And there's the items in case you guys are missing anything. The armlet was picked up by Huskar, so his damage output will be very, very healthy.
Yeah, with only 1k gold difference between the teams and 5 being in favor there, but 1k gold difference in 20 minutes time, that's really not a lot. There's gonna be a gank on Dazzle, it's gonna be in a lot of trouble. His Silence will try to do some damage, but Night Stalker just finished him off. Didn't have a chance with Venomancer being invisible next to him.
And his Blade Mill will be on the way, so he did purchase the items. Huskar pressuring top a little bit, does have Armlet, still has the Aegis up. And Enigma on the high ground, he's in trouble now. There's the Fear, there's a couple hits coming in. Arzart, we'll see if he can survive, possibly get a Gale off. The Vacuum comes through, but he is going to pop the one. Gale's right before he dies, lands on just PGG, and Vigos with his BKB is chasing after Light of Heaven. Midnight Pulse can give some vision. Apparently he's going to juke the crap out of him. There's the TP coming. Looking for the Sprout. Does catch Inmate. Might have to TP out. He's still got 5 seconds left. He could TP scroll here. And I think that's going to be it. So he's going to make it out. Great juking from Light of Heaven.
Yeah, they really didn't calculate right where he was. It was a nice job.
Yeah. And Huskar is still pressuring, continuing to use his ulti to keep his HP low, so his damage output is healthy. Still his Aegis up, can always pop the armlet if he initiates, and carefully walking by Morphling actually, but they didn't spot each other, so... Thus far, very interesting. I'm actually very surprised there aren't any Force Staffs yet on the Radiant team. All you need is 1 Force Staff to counter Huskar. Wait till he ultis somebody and then Force Staff them away. I think that would be really smart, but... I don't know if they just have other items in mind. I don't know. Nature's Prophet not able to grab yet. Maybe he'll grab a Force Staff next. I think that would be super good.
Yeah, I don't know who would go for that though. Indeed, Nature's Prophet, like I said. But Venomancer, like I said earlier, he just doesn't have the farm. He's really not getting anything. He has Mana Boots, he has the Bracer, he has his Magic Wand, but that's about all he has. We see BKB being built on the Huskar.
Yeah, probably will be BKB. He's actually going to get Guild here. Might get initiate on. There's the Fear, providing some nice slow. We're going to see 1 heal from the Dazzle, but not quite at the right timing. It's not going to get picked off though. We'll see 1 Malphus on Puppey. Might jump in after this one, we'll see. Pops the heal up. 4 levels of heal plus the Dazzle. Supplying his HP up, and then he throws another nuke down. Might see another Gush, lowering his HP down to 500. His heal's just about out here. And
yeah, this creep will put him back to full.
And in the meantime, Light of Heaven just jungling, no problem. Gonna be ready to initiate whenever. Morphling on the high ground. Not gonna get spotted. He's got his Manta style actually on cooldown here. And it looks like M5 is gonna back up once again. Every time that they defend a push like this, it is definitely gonna strengthen Navi's late game. They've got a Morphling late game. Morphling is gonna beat Huskar. Especially with Ethereal Blade. If he gets that before, he grabs the Black King bar especially, and you can use Ethereal Blade on Huskar. You just can't attack for a couple seconds. And that's most of their damage output.
And so far he only has his Manta style completed. And if Enigma and Huskar are gonna go for BKB, then that means they'll have 3 BKBs on their team, which means that Tidehunter's ultimate is gonna be so less effective. With Leshrac also having his BKB completed, of course. He really has to time that properly then in order to have that same effect on the Ravage.
And they're gonna find some Treants waiting for the Roshan respawn. Both teams aware of the timing. Both still in the jungle as well. Auto-attacking to victory. He's going to find an illusion, though. Not going to be too worried about it. And Puppey only a level 1 ulti, but I hear Nightstalker ulti. Dendy's going to come from the bot lane. Blade Mail's ready to go. He's got 1600 HP and a full HP wand, which means his potential. Oh, Roshan has begun. So SS about half HP. Will we see the initiation? They're going to wave down to the low ground, and they're going to immediately back up. They don't like this. They do not want to fight in the open ground. In the meantime, top tower goes down. Light of Heaven takes an advantage, so M5 making the wrong mistakes right now.
Yeah, having to back off to defend their tier 3 tower on the top lane. And probably giving away Roshan with that. Even though it doesn't look like Navi wants to go for it yet.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do they?
If they can just delay them from even taking any farm at all, it's huge. And they're going to pop a smoke. We'll see if they try to sneak back in or just go for a kill instead. SS does not have a smoke up on himself. So we'll see what they decide to do, but Vigas runs right in. He's going to run to the mid lane. Radiant team does not have sentries, and here comes the team fight. They're just going to straight up team fight Navi. There's only 4 here. Light of Heaven can always TP, and he's going to get vision on the Huskar, so now they know what's happening. But I don't think they're going to be able to catch anyone. No Dendy, no Tidehunter. Navi barely defends that, and immediately... Oh, Nature's Prophet almost went top, then cancelled last second.
Yeah, it might come to defend the tower. Really needed. Tower already down to a quarter of his HP.
Dendy will get Malphist. Once again, backing off. They can continue pressuring all the other lanes as they bait out a team fight. Nature's Prophet could also push bottom, and he is going to do that now. So TP's at the bot lane. Going to pressure the bot lane while the rest of his team gets ready to fight. He'll be TPing at the moment's notice. And this puts M5 in such a bad position. They weren't able to take a Rax earlier. Navi was able to turtle that up. Nobody got caught off. Time and time again, great positioning by all of their players. And Huskar's going to be pretty far forward here. We might see an engagement, especially with Arzart separated. He's going down to the bot lane. If he gets surged and ultied by Huskar, Huskar does do the surge. Might see an engagement here. Dendy is going to silence. Great play there. Preventing him from ulting for like 8 seconds or something. 7 seconds. Perfect play.
So much links going off. Huskar is a little bit out of position though. There's the wait for him. He does jump on the Tidehunter, ravages instantly, and he doesn't have his Aegis anymore and will drop down and dies to the Night Stalker. 5 going off on the Dire, backing off now because they can't really do anything here anymore. And Nigma maybe trying to get, yeah, caught out, but he will die to the Morphling. Titan are getting the last hit, and everybody of M5 backing off, trying to TP out. Blood Angel not able to do so, getting interrupted, will probably still die, tries to save himself with a vacuum, but is not able to do so. Tidehunter getting the last hit with his Anchor Smash, once again, double kill for him.
And Nature's Prophet wasn't even there. Taking the top tower in the meantime. They're hopping into the Roshan pit now, and that was a great team fight from them. Huskar a little overextended there, really showing Navi's strengths and knowing when to engage. They backed off, they feared Huskar. Huskar came in, and eventually he realized, oh god, I'm completely surrounded, my team is really far away. They jumped on Huskar, he barely did any damage there, and he didn't have the Aegis up. Morphling's going to pick up the Aegis, Manta Style's up, 2,400 gold. Nothing on the courier yet, but Navi is looking really in a good spot this game.
Definitely. I'm really surprised actually that Prophet didn't TP in, but that was all M5 overextending, trying to force a team fight where they just couldn't. They weren't in a position, they weren't together. I mean, Huskar was way ahead of everybody else of their team, and that just cost them so much. A Roshan, a couple of kills. And look at the gold graph spiking.
Yeah, it's back up to 5k and going higher. It looks like it's going to keep going up for sure. I love Dendy's item progression in this game. We almost never see Blade Mails picked up on Night Stalkers. Almost never. There's not really a lot of good situations where heroes don't do enough damage in the short enough period of time where it makes it worth it. So he goes from Blade Mail, and after that fact, he doesn't get a BKB or an Aghanim Scepter. He goes for a Reaver. So he's going to go for a Heart, which really makes his survivability go a lot farther here. I really like how that's going to integrate well with the Blade Mail. I like that adjustment a lot.
Yeah, it's going to make him almost impossible to kill. And that's what they need. He is, well, he's not their carry, of course, but he's got to be a little bit of their tank.
Oh, they're going to jump on Blood Angel. The fear happens. He pops a pipe as well, looking for an ulti from Huskar. He's actually on cooldown for that one. Darkseer gets picked off, and now the right click comes through. Light of Heaven going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to back off, pops the ulti as well. Venomancer really trying to get the kill, and not going to be able to get anybody. Look at that. Navi takes damage. They walk away. Huskar not able to close the gap, and they pick off a Huskar solo. Why was he there in the first place is probably a better question, but they lost Dazzle as well. Dazzle also getting picked off on the bot lane, and this game looks completely over.
Yeah, it was. They were totally out of position. They really need to fight with 5 of them, and it seemed like they tried to take a team fight with just the 3 of them. And with Enigma not there to be able to do the Black Hole, I mean, the Shrek being one of the most farmed heroes on the Dire side, they really need those two to, well, to turn those team fights around, because this way they just keep dying and running in and dying.
Yeah, it's definitely, the game is definitely falling apart. Navi's superior decision making in team fights. He's going to spot PGG out. Going to come from the backside, and there he is. There's the fear, there's the silence. Earn as well being used offensively, and his damage is really good with this Blade Mail plus the Reaver up. And there's the heal actually. Dazzle might end up, yeah, there's level 4 Poison Touch. We'll slow down Night Stalker a lot here. But man, he's doing so much damage for Night Stalker. It's very unusual to see Night Stalkers hitting this hard.
Yeah, we have Eagle Song up on the Morphling, making ready for that Ethereal Blade. Should have it almost though, 1200 gold already.
It's going to be a good item for killing Dazzle in one shot. He's only got 900 HP, so I think
Yeah,
he should
it'll be
run
an
into
easy
team
target.
fights with full HP and just grave himself, because he knows Morphling is just going to like fly in. Just
Yep.
one-shot him.
And then grave himself and not have a grave again for Huskar. I have to say, I haven't really seen that yet, where the Huskar had grave and it was actually able to do the most with his damage that he had at 1 HP.
Yeah, the strengths of Huskar is definitely pretty much gone at this point. As a hero, he's died more times than he's gotten kills, and if that ever happens, it's really tough to come back from that against a conventional hard carry. If you get an early game advantage, by all means, Huskar can do amazing things against hard carries, but since he was so far behind, he got the late heal of the Dominator, he got the late armlet, it's going to be really tough for M5 to come back from this.
Yeah. And it seems like they realize that they're grouping up at the tower, or at least they were. I think Huskar and Enigma are a little bit out of position though. If Na'Vi is gonna come here, they will probably die. But it looks like Na'Vi wants to go for the barracks instead, and they can't do that because there's no tower anymore. And they will be able to push in.
Enigma actually doesn't have a TP scroll right now. If
Ouch.
Na'Vi look at this, he just realized, shit, I don't have a TP scroll. Run back to the bot lane. Nature's Prophet's thinking about TPing in, but he's not going to go for it. And Morphling up on the high ground does do the adaptive strike. I think there's a Ghost Scepter coming. We are almost see a Tide Ravage. Couple lightning strikes coming through.
Barracks already taking some damage. Now Enigma has a TP scroll. He's not using it though.
Yeah, they're
not yet anyway.
They are really lucky the team fight didn't start, because that would have been probably a very one-sided engagement. If they realized that Enigma didn't have a TP, they definitely would have pushed right there and then forced the fight.
Yeah. Enigma gonna kill the tier 2 tower in the meantime instead.
He is TPing out, so here it comes.
Yeah. Size otherwise.
Ghost Scepter is on the courier. Who else picked? Oh, that's Tidon's picking up a Ghost Scepter. Wow. So if Huskar dives on him, he's fine. 4 seconds where he just can't take damage from Huskar. There's the weave, actually, as well as the pipe on the Radiant team, so it looks like they do want to go in. Surprisingly, Huskar is the one that's running away. PGG looking for the black hole. Here comes the black... Oh my gosh, the vacuum catches a lot of heroes. There you see the After Strike stopping it. Tide Ravage, Venomancer ulti as well. A lot of heroes go down. That's 3 dead for the Dire team. Night Stalker is going to barely get picked off by Huskar, who is caught in the Sprout at the moment. Light of Heaven doing some ranged damage here, trying to get the lifesteal off, and Vos picks up the kill, is going to trade with the Aegis. Ultra kill for Morphling. Puppey getting dropped by Vigos after his buyback. But with Vos back up, is going to take the melee barracks. They're going to see a glyph at least. Leshrac doing a little bit of damage, but... yeah, melee barracks goes down, range is up next. And Navi is going to win the team fight and back off.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed that Dazzle stayed alive as long as he did. Ooh, he might see, never mind. There goes Vigos still dying on the Leshrac. Yeah. The Force just do so much damage.
Yeah, Morphling was totally ready for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Vigos didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, Light of Heaven with a sheep stick. He's doing great. He has awesome items. Let's look at the GPMs up in here. 540 or 457, and that's despite having a terrible early game. Light of Heaven is such an amazing farmer, man. He really is excellent at maximizing his farm potential. Like he does a super slow start and sitting really well at the moment.
Yeah, I have to say Morphling is not far behind though, and the one on the Dire side of the Tides is the Huskar, but the Huskar is just he can't bring that damage yet that he needs to make it happen. Even though the black hole there was very good, I have to say. PGG got a very good black hole off, but the amount of damage coming out from Navi was just too much to deal with.
And there was an adaptive strike, I believe, from the Morphling to shut that down, so he was unable... Wow, we actually see a helmet...
And the Ravage.
Yeah, the Ravage also did some nice work. Dendy actually went for a Satanic, not going to go for a Heart. Interesting. Covers kind of the same bases, though. Lots of strength, lots of lifesteal, so he can go head-to-head with with Huskar at the nighttime. And lifesteal up a lot, using that Blade Mail to do some cool things. Havos actually just pressuring 2 heroes. He's to the point where he's scary as hell. We're going to see one Malefice, does waveform out, and here comes the 3rd stun as well. He's got a haste, actually. He's going to back off just fine, and Navi just kind of pressuring all 3 lanes. There's still one tier 2 tower at mid, so they will probably try to take that before they go for the throne, but... going to farm up for now. I guess they're going to wait till nighttime, perhaps?
Yeah, wait till the Ravage stops. It's actually up almost 5 seconds left.
And they will back off just a little bit here. TP going to the mid lane, so they're going to immediately take the mid tower. Light of Heaven will spawn some Treants. And there we go. Tower is not going to be glyphable. There's a couple of easy attacks. Nature's Prophet picks up the last hit. 4,400 gold. He can totally die, respawn, and come right back. And Havos picking up a Helmet of Dominator as well. I think this is the most Helmet of Dominators we've ever had in the same game. It's got to be like 3 at least. But
at least it is 3, yeah.
pretty awesome stuff. Night Stalker up to 2,200 HP. So here comes the final defense for M5. If they lose this, Rax, it is pretty much over at this point, especially with the gold disadvantage. 15k and climbing.
Yeah, Huskar will have his BKB up for coming fight, so that might make a difference, but still, it's gonna be very hard for M5 to try to take this fight, especially with the Ravage there, and Black Hole is off cooldown again. Same with well, Vacuum is of course never on cooldown, but if M5 manage to get that combination off, they still have a very good chance on taking this team fight and maybe even pushing in for their own barracks afterwards.
Yeah, Huskar does have his BKB up. This is huge. He's going to be able to ulti in, be magic immune, and take reduced damage. But on the downside, Avos is to the point where his physical attacks are enough where he could possibly just burst on Huskar. Dandy doing the same. Avos going to eat another stun, actually. I don't think they're at ulti on this. Nature's Prophet ulti doing a little bit of damage, but they're not quite ready to push in just yet. Top is pressuring, so they can literally just stand here. They don't have to worry about not getting a farm at this point, because top is constantly going to push in, do a little bit of tower damage. They could go in right now, actually. Wait till they go back and stop the top push, and then jump in the mid.
Yeah, so far just only a little bit of harassment on the Morphling from PGG. Nice wall of wards here from the Venomancer.
Huskar's pretty efficient at killing those, though.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of damage.
Take some extra farm for him.
No kidding. All of his hard work. It's all wasted. Man, Hobos is literally just baiting out abilities, I guess. He still has Ethereal Blade. He's going to get vacuumed up to the high ground. This actually looks pretty bad for him. He's going to replicate out, though. Going to the top lane for the invis, and there's the pipe pop as well for M5. They thought the team fight was happening. He just left. Said, whatever. Throw your abilities on me. I'm getting out of here. He's trying to bait maybe a black hole or something. And they might actually jump. There's the fear on Huskar, preventing him from getting the courier. They're just going to run away. Satanic is up on Night Stalker. We see a BKB up on PGG. Jumping on Light of Heaven. He's out of position. He picks up a Sacred Relic. A Victory Sacred Relic, I guess, coming out of Nature's Prophet. And a lot of BKBs being popped. That's 2 for the M5. They are going to be able to get ours out. I think he pops his ulti on 4 heroes. But Morphling comes through. Does the Manta Split now running away. Down to 300 HP. Morphing over. There's the Tide Ravage. Catches 3 heroes. PGG low HP. Light of Heaven buys back during the range damage. And Blood Angel going to be the next to fall. Vigos as well. There is the Adaptive Strike. Question marks from Dendy. And M5 calls good game. Navi's going to take the win, guys. We're going to even see a pause from Tide Hunter. Puppy is happy with this one. That is 5 heroes dead. And they disconnect M5. That is it.
That is it. It was a team wipe and super overextending from M5 side, that one. And they just got killed off so fast. And the BKBs that were popped, they were just way too early. I mean, the Ravage came in straight after all the BKBs ran out, and it was actually perfect timing for Puppy to pop his Ravage. As in, he wouldn't have wanted to do it earlier anyway.
Wow.
So,
They take the 6K, so first place going to Navi. They showed a lot of stutter that first game, I must say. Second game looked better, and third game was totally one-sided. But Huskar Dazzle, weird. Alright, apparently they are shaking hands on stream.
They are indeed. They are indeed.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We really appreciate it. This is Purge and Sheever casting. If you want to see more from me, go check me out on Facebook or Twitter. That is at the extension Purge Gamers. And also, you can follow me on YouTube. I'll probably upload all the VODs here tomorrow, so if you guys want to go check those out, you can tell your friends to go watch there. Sheever, any plugging?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch. You can find me on /Sheever. My other channels are Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and that's all the extensions Sheever Gaming, so you can find me there.
Alright, thanks again for tuning in, guys. This concludes my 10-hour broadcast. Almost 11. Almost 11 hours. So I hope you guys enjoyed the day. I sure did. Awesome games. Thanks for the Q&A. Luckily for me, it's only 7 p.m. It's not like 4 a.m. So that is it. I have to edit some VODs.
It's only 3 a.m. here. Don't worry.
Oh, is that it? No problem.
That is.
I'm sure they're okay. So, all right. Goodbye, guys.